With Hyrule Wars releasing later this year in September, I thought it'd be a real good time to look at the most likely characters that will be in this game. Now, at E3, they did announce that Link, Zelda, Midna, and Impa will be playable characters. Then, if you got a quick glimpse at the character select screen, that had Link and Midna as selectable characters, and 7 other empty spaces for characters, with Zelda and Impa taking 2 of those. So we know that I made this list with the top 5 characters that I think will fill in those empty spots. But this is a Dynasty Warriors game, and it's already been hinted at that there's going to be a ton of playable characters in this game. So I'm pretty sure even the characters that I list, there will be even more. These are just the characters that I think are most likely to be in there. The first being, of course, Goron. Whether it be Daruni, Darmani, or Darba. Possibly even 3, since this is a Dynasty Warriors game. I just hope that they do all 3, they'd be different. Maybe Darba be a straight up hand-to-hand combat. Maybe they can find something different for Darmani. And then, if they do Darunai, I would kind of like to see him use the Megaton Hammer, since in Ocarina of Time he was actually looking for it so that he can defeat the dragon in the Fire Temple. The next character would be Dumbura from Ocarina of Time, who is the Sage of the Light Temple. I think she'll be a very cool character to play as, and I really hope that they do her. The next being Orca from Wind Waker. I mean, he taught Link how to fight with a harpoon at that. So I was really kind of like to see him, since it always seems that the old guys in Dynasty Warrior games seem to be some of the strongest, best butt-kicking characters in the game. And then Raph from Oracle of Ages, I believe. Could be Seasons. I kind of get them mixed up because they came out at the same time, and you can play one and it starts with the next one like that. But the game that Raph does appear in, he pretty much, you see him right before you go fight the final boss. So he's not no pushover that can't fight. So I would very much like to see him in this game and see what he'll be able to do. Next be Byron from Spirit Tracks, which I won't get into him too much if you by chance haven't played the game. But he's the character that I think would be very cool to play as. And then the next top characters that I think they really should put in, Groose, the rival to Link in Skyward Sword. Mikau, the only Zora we've really seen that actually fought. The others were pretty much useless in the games that they were respectively in. But Mikai, you know, he's shown a little skill of what a Zora can do. So I would kind of like to see at least a Zora in it, if not him per se. Dynasty Warriors have used goddesses, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Naru, Dian, or Feor in this game as playable characters. Since it does take place in an alternate universe, I wouldn't be surprised to see Sheik be playable, even though we already have Princess Zelda. Skull Kid, with or without Majora's Mask. If he's with Majora's Mask, of course, you know, he gotta fight. But if you don't have Majora's Mask, maybe hopefully you have some type of cameo at least, if not cameo, at least some part in the game. And you know, I'm pretty sure we'll see plenty of characters from the Zelda universe in this game as merchants or something of that sort, just because to be an element from the Zelda games. I wouldn't mind seeing the Hero Spirit from Twilight in there, since it is from different dimensions. Why can't I follow Hero come back and redeem himself in this game? Gabor from Majora's Mask. The 2 of them were the ones who made a sword for Link. I wouldn't be surprised, since, you know, this is a war in the whole world, that he comes and helps, gives a helping hand. And last but not least, come on. We all want Fierce Deity in some way to be playable in this game. whether it be something you get for getting an extremely high score after beating the game, or maybe you have to, if Skull Kid isn't playable, maybe he's in there and you have to find him so many times and he give you pieces of the mask, and then after finding the pieces you can choose Link to play as, and that'll be like one of his weapon choices. If you did see the video at E3 when he chose Link, he could choose either to fight with a sword or to choose to fight with a fire rod. So apparently whichever weapons you choose before the battle is the one you're stuck with. So maybe the Fierce Deity mask will be a choice for Link if you can unlock it, and then you can be a Fierce Deity, and we can truly see what true powerful force that he has in this game, fighting just mounds and mounds of enemies with like no problem. But ultimately, like I said, this is a Dynasty Warriors type game, so I would not be surprised if there are way more characters than I listed. These are just the top characters or the most unique characters that I think would fit in this game and be very cool to play as and be fun to play with practically every character. So hit me up with your thoughts in the comments, because I'm pretty sure everybody got a character that they would like to play as. I would pretty much like to hear and see what other people think.